The dust has cleared, and we hear direct from your new representatives and their challengers. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, it's a November scorcher out there, hitting 54 degrees at the crystallized weather station in Dillon, 18 degrees above average, and 77 degrees at DIA, breaking a record from 1915. All that sun means there's not much snow on the ground, but if there's enough snow to ride, there's enough snow to slide. The CAIC confirms the first avalanche of the season struck the east face of Mount Baldy in Breckenridge this past weekend. A group of skiers was skidding uphill when a slab broke about 2 feet deep in windblown snow and slid nearly 1,000 feet. No one was buried and no injuries reported. This week on the State of Summit, we hear from election winners and losers just hours after results are in.
We're in a very different time now. We're facing an unprecedented moment with our economy. We are challenged by a pandemic that we are battling on the public health front. And I am ready to get to work.
That was Summit local Julie McCluskey reflecting on just how much has changed in her first term as a Colorado representative. She comfortably beat challenger Kim McGahey of Breckenridge, and by this time next week, she's back at the state capitol.
We were facing a $3.3 billion shortfall. Our September forecast came in much better than we had hoped, which is the good news, but we're not through this yet.
All 3 county commissioner seats were up for grabs, and Democrats maintained unanimous control, including first-time candidate Tamara Pogue of Frisco.
People shouldn't be shy to reach out and share their hopes and ideas with me, and because I am very genuine in wanting to hear from everybody.
Pogue beat political newcomer Daryl Bohall, who humbly conceded.
I appreciate everybody that encouraged me to run, and I fully appreciate every vote that was cast in my way.
Josh Blanchard and Elizabeth Lawrence win the remaining 2 seats. Commissioners also serve as your local Board of Health. Tune in again next Wednesday for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. In other election news, Republican State Senator Bob Rankin still has a tenuous hold on his seat ahead of challenger Carl Hanlon by less than 300 votes. John Hickenlooper defeated returning U.S. Senator Cory Gardner. Joe Neguse defended his seat for U.S. Representative. And to the west, media darling Lauren Boebert swiped the U.S. House election in Eagle County from incumbent Dianne Mitz-Bush. Local voters agreed with state voters on every major ballot question, saying yes to new nicotine taxes, a lower income tax rate, state-sponsored leave, and gray wolf reintroduction. They voted no to new abortion laws. State voters also approved Amendment B, abolishing the Gallagher tax ratio, and Summit voters said yes to Measure 1A, giving county commissioners leeway to adjust mill levies for county services, what some saw as a workaround of Gallagher in the first place. 18,330 Summit residents cast a ballot this election, about 59% of the total population, roughly 4,000 more than in 2016. Across the state, more than 3 million residents voted, 78% of registered voters, up 4% in 4 years. Election results in Summit were ready by 8 p.m. yesterday, just 1 hour after the polls closed, while most state results were tallied by midnight. Commissioner Lawrence.
Colorado is a pro at doing this, and I think we're a model that other states should look at.
Colorado has been a mail-in ballot state since 2013. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, Summit High football is most likely back at practice next week, and head coach James Wagner is back on the Krystal Morning Show this Friday, talking COVID quarantine and the last 2 games of the season. That's this Friday, 8:15 a.m. on the Krystal Morning Show with Tom Fricke. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.